Guys, it's Fluffy Fro here with another video. In this video I am making a custom order, and I decided, since it's something that I've already made, why not make it interesting? So I decided this video will be a 24-hour challenge. I'm gonna try and complete this two-piece set in 24 hours. So I've already started, so I'm gonna show you my timer. So as you can see, I have 23 hours and almost 22 minutes left. I started at, oop, going out of focus. Oh, never mind. Earlier it said 12:09. I believe that's when I started. It's now 1:16, but I think the 12:38 is when I stopped the timer. And as you can see here, I've got my yarn already working it up. This is how much I did in what, 40 something minutes, almost 40 something minutes. I'm actually kind of surprised that this is all I've done in such a long amount of time, because it feels like so little. So it will be interesting to see how long it does take to work up the whole project, because this is just the start of the back panel. I did start with a 5mm, and then I switched to my 4.5, which does I think this is the only 4.5 I have, and can't wait to use it later. But yeah, I switched to that one because I thought that the gaps down here were too big, but honestly I don't see that big of a difference. Maybe there's a slight difference. The gaps feel like they're gapping. So yeah, I'm excited to get this done, so I'm gonna keep working on this, and then I'll show you updates as I progress through the project. I don't know how often I'll do the updates, but I'll do some updates. But this is my current check, a little strip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 color changes so far, which is actually, because there's single crochet rows in between, there's more than 5 rows. So at least I didn't do 5 rows in 40 minutes, but still, it doesn't feel like I did a lot. Alright, so I'll see you in my next check-in. All I have to say is life comes at you fast. So I wanted to show you a quick little update. I'm an hour into this, and honestly I thought, oh, making this 24 hours, it's like a nice little cute little challenge, but I was like, I'm definitely gonna get it done within that time, right? But look at my progress so far. Like, this is all I've done in an hour, and I just feel like it's not a lot of progress. Like, I usually feel like I do so much more, but I'm going at a normal pace, so nothing's slowing me down. I've been pausing the timer whenever I'm not actually crocheting, so it's like fully just crochet time. Like, wow. I do not have much progress. I only have, what, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, starting the 9th color change. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's good to know that I'm not a Speedy Gonzalez crocheter like I thought. But anyway, we'll see how this keeps going. I'll check back in later. I don't know if I'll check back in today, but I'll check back in. Hey guys, so I'm here to give you an update. It's been quite a few hours later. I've gotten up a lot done. So I finished the back panel. It looks kind of small, but I'm like, it's the right measurement. So, well, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, this is my first time doing something for somebody else, right? Yeah, at least clothes. So it's like, I'm doing my best with the measurements. And then I also completed a front panel. Not gonna lie, they really do look so small, but I'm like, the thing is, it's for my sister, so it should also be able to fit me in theory, but I'm like, it looks so small. And then I'm working on the second front panel. So I got a few little notes just because this is a 24-hour long video, and this is how much time I have left on the clock. So I have 17 hours and 30 minutes left. Pretty good timing. I feel like I might definitely get under 24, like finish just under 24 hours. But as we all know, the sleeves are what take the longest when it comes to making a cardigan, in my opinion. Like, the sleeves is what really adds to the time. So the panels, you could get that done quick. The sleeves, that's when you really, you know, am I gonna quit? Am I gonna give up? So for the back panel, I finished it at hour 20 and 52 minutes. And then for the first front panel, I finished it at 18 hours and 28 minutes. So I'd say it took about 4 hours to do the back panel based on those statistics. And about like 2.5 hours to do the first front panel. And right now, let's see, I'm already an hour into doing the second panel, so I'm like, I guess it'll take 30 minutes to finish it. Interesting. Which, if we really line it up, I guess it would be, because it's only like, I only have, trying to hold it properly, but it is curling up. So I only have like a, maybe 4 more full rows, and then the rest are these shorter rows. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Hold on, let me line these up. This is my first time lining it up since making them. I measured with the tape measure. That's how I've been doing all of this. I took my sister's measurements, and then like I've been just measuring the panels to make sure they're the right size. I was like, for the back, I got a number, and then for the bust, I had another, but it was for the whole circumference. So I was like, oh, for the front, I should do the back minus the entire bust, and that should give me what the front should be. And that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping it's right. The only reason I'm like a little stressed out about doing it that way, because usually I just do the back, and then whatever half of the back is, like I chained 62 for the back, so the idea would be you would chain 31 for the front, but for this I chained 38 in order to get the measurement of what half should be. But I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be the wrong size, and I really hope not, because if it's the wrong size, that would suck, because then I'd have to do the front panels over again, which would be, based on the stats, probably another 4 hours worth of doing it. And also, one thing that I did think was that the time for the second panel was going to be shorter than the first front panel. So I thought that the right side that I'm doing now would be a lot shorter than the left side, because for the left side I kept undoing it and redoing it, undoing it and redoing it, because I couldn't decide where I wanted this shape to be. At first I had put it up here, and then it was too short, and then like I kept just like fiddling and moving it around because I wanted it to be higher than my own is, because I think in one day I'll probably fix mine to make it just a little bit higher, because I feel like it's just showing too much chest for a cardigan. So I'm like, this feels like the right amount of like chest piece. But I'm like, even looking at this piece on my body, I'm like, I don't know, is it half? Like, because the thing is, there's also gonna be stitches in here and then down the side, like the trim, right? So, and the trim is usually, well, for the one that I did before, it was like an inch long trim. It was like 3 rows of single crochet. So I'm like, that's the reason that I'm like, I hope this is the right, I did the right measurements, because I didn't I technically accommodated for the trim, because it's like each side would have to be 11.5 inches, but I made them 11, and that 0.5 should be the trim on each side, but we'll see. Hello, so I am back. I am finished with my third panel. As you can see, I did that jinky thing again. Instead of cutting the yarn, just pulling it over to where I needed it to start, because that just works best for me. So I've got my 2 front panels. Still thinking they might be a bit big, but it's also like sometimes a part of that front panel goes over onto the shoulders, so you know, we'll see. But yeah, got my 2 front panels completed, and this is how much time I have left on my timer. 16 hours and 44 minutes and 30 seconds. So still got a lot of time left, but we still also have a decent amount of things to do. We gotta do the sleeves, the trimming, adding the button. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna count that towards crochet time, because that's not crochet time, but the point was to make this custom order in the 24 hours, so I guess adding the buttons would count towards completing the order. So I will be, I just decided, executive decision, we're counting it towards the time. So we have all that to do with the top, and then we still have a whole skirt to make. So I'm thinking the 24 hours is gonna be enough. I really thought I would have finished this part sooner. So I can't really gauge, like I can't guess, like tell me how do you think that I'll take the entire 24 hours, or put your random hours guess? Obviously, if you were gonna guess 16 hours, you're wrong. Like, or I guess we'd have to do the inverse math. Tell me how much hours you think it'll take to complete the entire project. Yeah, that's the right way to say it. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to working on the sleeves. I'm gonna go look at mine, look at the reference, and then see which one I want to do. Like, do I want to do in the no, I keep saying, do I want to do it in the round? Do I want to do it in the round? The answer is no, I don't. All I have to do to make this super duper easy is like seam these up together and then figure out how it fits on the body. Like, does it actually go over onto the arm? See what the measurement is for that, and then do the arm for the rest of the measurements, because the arm is like 23 inches, I think. I'll look when I see my book, but like that's the best way to do it, because if I do it in the round, I'll just keep going and going and going. I have to count the stitches, and it's a lot of work that I don't want to do. So I will be doing a panel, sewing it up, attaching it for the sleeves. So we have 2 more panels to make. Woo! I'll check back in later. We'll see how far I get with the different panels. I think I'll check back in for each sleeve panel. So I'll be back. Bye. Okay, so I just sewed up the panels. I know I said I was gonna come back when I started the arms, but just wanted to show you, and also because I was like, oh, my concerns, things I was worried about. Psh, why was I worried about it? I know how to do math. I know how the human body works. Also, I don't know how difficult it is to see the top, since I am wearing a pink and white shirt, and then this is pink and white. But this comes to the perfect spot. Like, this is how the area I would like mine to be. Mine is just like slightly lower, I think by maybe like 2 rows. So this is it. And as you could see, for the bust really does make a difference. So when I add the seams, it should button up proper and fit. Maybe not fit me, but it's not made for me. But it will fit the measurements that I got. That's all I can tell. So, I mean, I already have one, so there's no need to be borrowing your sister's clothes when you already have your own. Anyway, but I'm excited. Also, just want to show you how I seamed it up. This is how it looks on the outside. Just connected. Not showing that properly. So it's just connected by some single crochets. Did some all the way across there. And then this is how the seam looks. It's right here, right next to this. I'm like, maybe I should change the saturation. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, maybe the light's too bright. Let me see if I turn it down just a little. Yeah, it's a little better. And then yeah, I single crocheted all the way across. So yeah, we're doing great. Now we got a vest, and adding the trim should definitely make it a lot longer. What I'm thinking is, okay, so when I made mine, I used more white than pink. And when I started this one, I started with the leftovers that I had. And now I'm like actually on the balls of yarn I bought for this project. I think I started with the new balls on probably the second panel. Because I really can't remember. I was gonna like take note of it, but I didn't, honestly. But anyway, it's not the biggest of deals regardless. But the reason I brought that up is because I'm thinking of doing the trim in pink, because I'm like, I obviously have more pink than purple, because than white, because I just started on my first skein of pink for the actual okay, so I switched to white like almost, I think, on this panel, but I didn't start this first skein of pink that I purchased for this project until I got to here. So I'm about to go grab my yarn from the different places that I have it and show you how many skeins I have left. I have plenty, obviously, to finish the project, but I just wanted to show you. And then based on that, I'll tell you if I plan to do the trim in pink or in white, because I'm like, I'm behind in the white, but I also have more, like, that was from that, starting from the old, what I had left over from my set. So I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm about to grab that to come show you. So I was really over here thinking I had skeins like all over the place. Turns out I didn't. All of the ones that I brought with me over the weekend, this is what's left of those. I brought the 2 already used from my previous project, and I believe 2, 1 white and then 1 pink from the set that I bought. So let's go through. I'm pretty sure I would include the yarn haul at the beginning of this video. These are the buttons, so I really think they would look pop on a pink trim. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, so you saw I have a mostly used white and a somewhat used skein of pink. And then in here, I have 3 pink. But weirdly enough, oh no, I guess it's not that weird actually. And then 3 white. So definitely leaning heavier on the pink side once again compared to the white side, but that's because I started with a deficit of white. Like, I literally just had a little cake left, probably this much of that cake from the set that I made for myself. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with a pink trim, and I think if we do a pink trim on the jacket, I should have enough to do it on the skirt and it'll look real cute. So we'll see once I get there, but that's my update about yarn usage. We're gonna do a pink trim. Hey guys, so quick little check-in. I have 12 hours and 41 minutes left to go, and I'm going away for the weekend and for business, and I'm like, I won't have much free time, but like there's also time where I can crochet. Like I'll be on a bus for hours, so I'm like I can crochet on the bus if I stay awake. And a lot of different stuff. I'm working on the second arm right now in my, I guess at the end, like when everything's finished, I'll give you the breakdown. I try to do a breakdown of like how long it's like each time I stopped to start another part of the project. It's also raining, as you can see in the windows. So I hope you can hear me over the rain. But yeah, so I'm working on one of the arms right now. I told you I've been doing them in panels, so I don't have to carry around the whole project. So you'll see the project later. But yeah, I am kind of stressing about bringing the, like, I'm like, ugh, I can't bring the top with me where I'm going, because it's like it's gonna take up space, and all I have to do is attach a sleeve and do the collaring. So I'm like, I could do that when I get back, but at the same time, it's like I have 12 hours left. Like this skirt, I really don't think the skirt's gonna take up the whole 12 hours. And I really don't like seeing the little timer symbol on my phone. It's been so annoying this whole week, but I've been dealing with it. I should really be crocheting while I'm talking. Let me start my timer really quick as I finish giving up my updates. So, yeah, so I'm thinking like, I hope that I can do that. I'm also posting a video. I'm trying to edit it. Like I edited most of the video. I'm trying to make it a little more interesting. I'd like to add more, like something to make it more interesting, because it's an hour-long video. I had to delete a whole clip of me talking because that just added like so much time to the video. So I'm like, ugh, alright. I gotta, like, with the videos I'm making from this point on, after this video, I'm gonna try to talk less. There's not even any, like, oh, montage footage. No, because it's like, there's so much footage of me talking about the project. That, even that clip that I deleted had me talked about the project, but it was like, I also ranted, like, kept going on and on and on about just other stuff that was irrelevant to the video, and I was like, it's my third video. I don't, like, it's already a jump from second video being 15 minutes long to a third video being an hour long. And after putting in the, I did try to start editing my fourth video already, and that one's also over an hour long. So it's like, I need to just be careful with how I'm filming the clips. Like, I need to try to make the scenery more entertaining, speak up more, or talk about something more interesting. Well, maybe not more interesting, because I'm talking about the projects I'm making, you know? Just try not to talk too much so that I can be more creative with the editing, because I feel like right now, oh, also, I think it's the software that I'm editing is just very limiting, because I'm using Adobe Premiere Rush, which doesn't, it's very simple. And honestly, I would use Premiere Pro if it didn't always have issues on my computer, because I'm like it'll be like, yeah, you know, this clip is corrupted, this, that, and the third, and I'm just like, please, like, no. It's not corrupted, because when I put it in Rush, it's perfectly fine. Right now I'm trying to, oh, it's getting louder. That's my update. I'm working on the next sleeve. I've got 12 hours left. I'm going to try to edit that video tonight. I have a lot to do tonight, so I gotta try and do it all before I leave tomorrow morning. So we'll see. In the next clip that you see will be me away from home, and we'll see how I feel about my progress in this project. Bye! Hey, wanted to do a quick little update. So far today, I haven't crocheted anything, but I did crochet finish the sleeve. for the top. I didn't do the cuff, that's why I said finish. Also, when I go home I have to attach it to the rest, so I'll deal with that at some point. I'm like, I have a lot of work related things, so I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna have time to just like crochet and like dedicate to crocheting. I will be crocheting tonight. I think I'm gonna start the skirt. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna do it. Excuse me, because I'm gonna be busy at the same time. Like yesterday I was able to get some work done with the crocheting, but like stopping the stopwatch every time someone starts talking to me and all that was a lot. So I just I got my trusty notebook right here with the deets. So I'm gonna start making the skirt. So I know that I need to get these measurements. I have my tape measure. I brought that stuff with me today. I was prepared. I thought I'd have a little bit. I did, but I didn't crochet. Like I was talking to my coworkers. So I was like, I'm not gonna pull out the kit right now because it's like I have to chain, and that requires constant counting. Yeah, yeah. And when you know how, I don't know if everybody who's a non-crocheter gets this, but if you're a crocheter, you know, when you're counting your stitches, you don't want any hear nothing. You don't want to talk to nobody. You want to focus on what numbers they're counting. Because if you miss one off, you're done for. You gotta start all over. You start the chain, you forget what number you're at. That's that. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I don't know if I'll share an update with you tomorrow. I don't think I'll share one tonight because like I don't know how to turn on all the lamps in here. I only know how to turn on one of them, and like right now it's like cloudy, so it's like yes, it's still a bit of daylight, but when it's night it's like completely dark, and I don't want to film in the bathroom because why would I bring my crochet into the bathroom, you know? So it's like, yeah, I'll just update you when I can. But I wanted to give an update now so you know what the progress is. So if you see a completed skirt, you're not like, whoa, what happened? You know that I started it tonight. I will be starting. I think I'm actually started at least the chain to get the measurements done properly for the hips. So I need to make a chain that's 42 inches wide, and I say chain, but I mean the first row. The first row of double crochets need to be 42 inches long, because the chain, no, it doesn't matter how long the chain is. Once you put stitches in the chain, the length of the chain changes. So that's why I need the first row of double crochets to be 42 inches. And I'm gonna measure that out so that when I move on to the next phase of the night and I'm actually able to crochet, I'll be able to just keep going in the round and have nothing to worry about. I really doubt I'm gonna finish it tonight, but if I do, that'd be great for me. I do have 9 hours 34 minutes left, so I think that's plenty of time to do the skirt. I feel like if I was home, I would have been able to knock it out today. Like the whole thing would have been able to knock it out, but I'm working, so don't have the ability to knock that project out today. But whenever I got free time, or maybe snatch a little bit of sleep time, make that free time, I'll work on the project. Hey guys, so I wanted to film a quick update for this video. I have a lot less faith than I had in the last time that I checked in with my progress. So this time I'm actually gonna show you how much I have done. So I'm still working on the skirt. I have this much done. It's not very long. I'm like, this is a real little mini, you know. I'm like, it needs to at least be twice this length. It's hold on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 rows. I was thinking 30 would be enough, but we'll see once I get to 30 if it's enough. Well, probably 40 rows. 40 color changing rows it looks like it'll be the ticket to the right length for the skirt, right? So this is how much of the skirt I have done, right? And, you know, I still have to do the waistband, put in the lining, not the lining, the elastic, and then for the jacket I still need to attach that arm that I did when I was away to the main body. Still haven't done that yet. And do you want to know how much time I have left on the clock to do all of that? 2 hours and 25 minutes. I honestly don't think 2 hours of work is gonna get me to even finish the skirt. So it really is looking like this is gonna be a fail. Either way, I'm gonna finish the project in this video, and where the 24 hours ends, I will do a stopwatch and see how much extra time I actually needed, so you know how much hours I actually spent on this project. It does make me realize that I spend a lot of time making the set for myself, because remember, I had to do trial and error to get all the measurements and everything right. This one was a bit easier just because I already knew how to do everything, so I'm like, wow, I spent more than 24 hours working on my set. Crazy thought, because usually I feel like, oh, I'm just running through these projects quick. No, no, this video showed me that I'm not running through projects quick. In fact, they take a lot of time. I just have been investing a lot of time and I didn't even realize. So that's the update for now. I'm really like, the last time I gave an update, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the last update. Or I hope I could finish this skirt tonight. I won't even be able to finish it tonight. I have another early morning tomorrow. I'm not staying up. I'm not staying up. Like, this whole week I've been going to bed at reasonable hours. So it's like I haven't been crocheting into the wee hours of the night. I've just been crocheting where I can. And I might do a few rows tonight before I go to bed, but yeah. There's just too much going on. So I'll see you guys in the next clip, and hopefully I'm hoping that the next clip will either be me being like, hey, the timer is up, this is the progress, the skirt's done, or it'll be, here's the progress, starting the stopwatch. So we'll see. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Hey guys, so I just wanted to hop on here and show you my progress update, because we have 16 seconds left, and I was like, I'm still working on the last like striped row before I started the waistband. So I'm like, let me just hop on here, finish that 16 seconds with you, and then move on from there, because I did not expect it. So I'm about to hit the start timer. It's going. I did 1 stitch, 2, doing 3 stitches, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, almost 7. As you can hear, it's going. Okay. Oh, I guess. Anyway, so the 24 hours are up. So this was indeed a fail. I can't make this custom order in 24 hours. So what we're gonna do now is pull up a stopwatch and see how much more time it takes to finish, because I still gotta finish the skirt, I gotta do the waist, finish one last pink row, you know, color change is 2 rows of pink, do the waistband, which is I'm gonna do in white because I have more white than pink, so I think I'm gonna do the waistband in white. Depending on how much is left after will help me know if I'm gonna do the late trimming of the top, which you could see back there. I'm using my mannequin already, so happy. And then I'm going to put some, I'm thinking of putting white, but we'll see, depending on how much yarn I have left after doing the waistband will determine what color I put down here. I'm gonna do some single crochet rows to stop this from curling. So yeah, that's the update. We failed. I mean, I saw this coming. I was worried about this in like the 5-hour mark, so yeah, we failed, but it is what it is. So we're gonna start the timer, continue when I'm finished with, I don't know if I should say when I'm finished with the skirt or what, but I'll come back with another update. You'll see what it is. We'll both see what it is. Bye. Hey guys, so quick update. I finished the skirt. The waistband, I'm like a bit concerned. Like, I feel like I measured it, but the elastic seems like it's the same size as the waistband. I'm like, I thought I cut it 2 inches shorter than the waistband's supposed to be, so I don't feel like it's the right size, which is why I left my needle in there so that I'll have her try it on and see if I need to just take this out and re-sew it in a different way. But yeah, I finished it. It is pretty. It's way longer than mine. But you know, I didn't have the restrictions of mohair on this one. And then I added 2 rows of single crochet to help with the curling problem. Seems to have fixed it. So yeah, skirt finished. I did the decreases. I want to say every 7th one, but in between most of them the space is 7 of these columns. So that's how I did the decreases to get to the size that I need for the waist. But again, I'm gonna have her try it on to see if the waist is the right size. I low-key wanna go over to her house and have her try it out now, which I might, because after work I gotta go to physical therapy, and then maybe on the way back from there I'll have her try it on. So we'll see if it fits. If not, then I'll be able to fix that. Also, I was trying to do a little bit of math for the time it took me to do the skirt, and it seems like it took over 10 hours to do the skirt, which I was like, huh, 10 hours? Okay, I did not think it would take that long to do it, but that's what these numbers are seeming to say, because it was like there was 9 hours left on the clock when I started the skirt. 9 hours 34 minutes when I started the skirt, and I did a whole extra hour basically, because I got up to, where is it? I'm like, let me get my stopwatch. I finished it at 56 minutes, so it's like that's almost a whole nother hour. So I'm like, that's like 10 hours. Was trying to do the math, but I forgot I gotta do it properly. Like, obviously when you just add 34 to 56, it's not giving me the right number. So I was like, oh, I gotta actually go through and do the math properly. But I'm gonna do that later when I'm completely finished. Because as you can see on the mannequin, you see the jacket, but what you don't see is that the other arm still haven't attached it. Still gotta do the trim and all that jazz. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully this video should end soon. I'm like, I want to finish this project tonight so I could deliver it tomorrow and then like be on my way. Be on my way. So I'm done with the skirt. I'm gonna have her try it on, see if it fits. Hopefully I don't have to make any adjustments, but if I do, I'll let you know. So the only thing I got left to do, weave in this end and this end, and the skirt is complete. So I'm excited. See you in the next update, which is hopefully me saying that jacket's finished. Hey guys, so I'm finally finished with this project. As you can see, I've got it on my mannequin, which I'm so excited about. I'm like, finally got a mannequin. So one thing that you will notice is it is styled differently than mine, because when I went to test, the skirt fit perfectly, didn't need to change the waistband, nothing, just weaved in. I think I weaved in the ends. I gotta double check. But weaved in the ends, and I was like, okay, skirt's done. Finished the top, put on the trimming and all that. But before I did that, I added the second sleeve, brought it to my sister's house, and I was like, hey, you know, try it on with the skirt, see how it fits. And then the top, like, it was too big if you button it down the middle, but if you overlap it the way it is here, as you can see, it's overlapping instead of just being straight down the middle. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I thought that I did the measurements right, but apparently I did not. So now it's in a different style, still that same, like, you know, clueless chic concept. So I'm not upset. It's just, it was hard to figure out how to do the buttons on this style, since it's, I was like, oh, loops, but then I was like, ooh, when I was trying to do loops, it was hard to make them secure, and I was like, okay, we're not doing loops. So I was like, okay, we need to get buttons that, like, you can clip it together. So I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna show you up close. I'm gonna change the camera angle, and I'll explain to you how hard I worked on this, because I worked real hard. Okay, so here you can see close up. You can see that there's these pinholes on the inside. This one you can see is glass. Unbutton it. So what I did was these little things, usually, well, I found them in like the little sewing packs you get at the dollar store. I didn't want to go all the way to Michael's to buy one, and then because I'm like, dollar stores are a lot closer. And then these are the buttons I already showed you. So what I did was I just sewed these buttons on the front and sewed this clasp on the back, and then like I sewed them together, so it's like where this side goes in, it came out and went under the button loop, and so those are basically attached. And then these, obviously I just sewed them down, and you can just, you know, hopefully I can do this with one hand. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna knock her over. Let me do this one. Let me do this one instead. But yeah, the goal is you just pin it on. So it's finished. I'm not gonna pin the whole thing right now, just because it's a lot of work to I need both hands, in my opinion, to do it. But yeah, so I also wanted to show you that I sewed it in, but I'm not very good at sewing, so like right now it looks like fine. But what really happened is there was the ends of this thread were like sticking out. So what I did was I used this fabric glue that I bought, which funnily enough I didn't buy for this project, but hey, first project I used it on. I just glued it like after I sewed it on, glued it in, and now this area is like, it feels kind of not soft. That's the word I'll use. It's just not feeling soft, so that's fine or whatever. And then on the back sides, you can't really tell as much. I put fabric glue on this side as well, and then I just weaved whatever ends were sticking out after the glue dried into the yarn. So hopefully, I hope that makes it secure, because I really didn't know how to get the thread to stay inside of the project, but what can you do? So it's completed, it's finished. I hope she likes it. I hope she likes the buttons that I picked out, because I think these are really cute. I also saw these ones, but these I bought like recently, so I didn't, you know, it's a different, well, I feel like it would still fit the vibe of this, but like these were the buttons I bought first, so I hope she likes them. And I'm gonna go grab my book, do some calculations, and see if I can tell you how much time I spent on this project, because we already know I did not complete it in 24 hours, so it was a fail. but we got it done, and that's what matters, right? So, okay guys, so I did the calculations. The numbers are in. Oh, hold on, I didn't do all the calculations. So let me, while I'm, you know, frantically typing to try and figure out the overall time, I did the calculations for the parts. So it took 3 hours, 52 minutes, and 51 seconds to do the back panel. Took 2 hours, 24 minutes, 27 seconds to do the first one of the front panels. I think I started with this side, right? So this one took that time. And then this one took an hour, 44 minutes, and 21 seconds. So I do know why there was such a difference, because for this one I kept adjusting this side. Like, I was like, oh, is it too low, is it too high, and moving that around. So that explains the time difference, because making the second panel is just copying what the first panel looks like, so it's pretty easy to be quick with it because I didn't have to play around with the adjustments there. The first arm took 3 hours, 3 hours and 5 minutes and 13 seconds, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. What I'm confused about is why the second arm took 3 hours, 45 minutes and 48 seconds. I'm like, shouldn't time be going down? Why is it going up for something that's the same concept? Like, doing the second arm wouldn't be harder than doing the first arm. And also, what, like, but I'm like, it's also the same thing as doing the back panel. So I'm like, I'm confused on the time. I'm like, how did the first arm get done so quick? I was like, was I really locked in? Hey, that's what the numbers say. I can't change that. So anyway, moving on. The skirt down here, it took, well, I guess you couldn't see that, but the skirt, you know what the skirt looks like. The skirt took 10 hours, 31 minutes, and 56 seconds. I guess understandable, because it's a lot longer than my skirt. Needed to be a decent size length, and I didn't, like, with my skirt it would have been longer if I wasn't using mohair, and if the mohair didn't run out it would have been longer, right? And then the remaining time is the time that it took to do the trimming, but also attaching the second arm. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense. So the first arm should literally take longer than the second arm, because the first arm I attached it, and also in the time that I made it, sealed it up, did the little cuff, and attached it to the jacket, that all that time was in that first set of numbers. So the fact that the second arm, which I only timed just me doing the arm and seaming it up because I didn't bring the jacket with me on that trip, means something's definitely weird there. It shouldn't, the second arm shouldn't be longer than the first arm. In fact, the first arm should be a lot longer than the first arm, since the time that I took to seaming it up was included in there. But at any rate, the time to seam up the second arm and attach it to the jacket and do the trimming that goes around, that took an hour, 2 minutes, and 19 seconds. So cool. I didn't time what it took to do the buttons, because that's sewing, and I was just like, I'm not gonna time myself on that. If I did have to time myself, oh my gosh, my battery's dying. Okay, I'll make this quick. So I'm gonna pause, do the math, come back, and finish the outro. As I took my hair down for the the outro. Kind of loving the curls that that bun gave me. But anyway, so this is my set, my custom order, and guess how many hours it took? Well, obviously, you know, it's more than 24, right? So drum roll please. It took 25 hours, 58 minutes, and 46 seconds to complete this piece, not including the time it took to sew on the buttons, which we're just not gonna talk about, because I'm pretty sure that would have added another hour, so it probably would have been closer to 27 hours instead of 26 hours. But if we're rounding up, But yeah, that's how long it took to complete this piece. It's super cute. Love it. I hope that she wears it, enjoys it, and I hope that it brings in more customers. So that's the end of this video. I hope like, comment, and share. No, what is it? Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, also share. Like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like this video, want to see more videos like this. Probably will do more 24-hour challenges. It was interesting. I definitely thought that I could make this in 24 hours, but you live and you learn. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.